What's going on, guys and girls? Hot in southeast Missouri again. That's why I got the annoying fan on. We had a few days where we cooled down. That was kind of nice. But we have crawled back up into that 100-degree plus heat index. But it is July 17th here. That's normal, but we've been belted pretty good since, back in the end of June, we had a 100-degree index days just before I went on vacation. So, I know, pretty much since the end of June to now, it's been hot with a few days of relief. But hey, we usually get a month and a half, 2 months of pretty brutal summer weather here, and then we go on with life. So, trucking, man. What's going on with trucking? Just dismal, fellas. I'm not a doom and gloom guy, but I didn't have any load board requests, but I did just look over on our load board for funsies. And, I didn't even open it because it said 370 total loads. Put that in perspective. Should be 900 to 1,000, somewhere in there. So it's pretty rough. Pretty rough all over. Cost of everything's going up. Except rates are coming down. So it's not the prettiest picture out there, not going to lie. But on the upside, at first I thought it was a fairy tale and a pipe dream, but now I'm actually thinking it's going to happen. We've got a little while yet. They're in their 60-day moratorium or whatever they call it, or whatever, till it goes into effect. But it looks like all emissions are going off of trucks, from what I can tell. And I had been waiting for the boogeyman or some Supreme Court to jump out and stop it. But now some big players like the ATA and other big groups are on board with it. And they usually get what they want. So, I mean, they could still jump out and stop it. But it looks like they're going to roll back this emission stuff because, as we knew, it was all bogus, flawed data. We burn more fuel, worse for the environment. DEF is not good for the environment. In fact, California wants to get rid of DEF. So there's another thing in our corner. So you may be able to delete your trucks legally. And we may see new trucks come off the assembly lines without emissions stuff. We can only hope. We can only hope. Other than that, I didn't have any load board requests, so I won't do any. Remember, if you guys want to see them, put them down there. That's all I got, man. Let's run some quick numbers. This is the new and improved version of the Money and News. We don't call it that anymore. I don't know what we call it, weekly update, something like that. So, real short and condensed version. I don't tell you every single load and all that. So I totaled, we did 4 loads this week, $4,792.20. Now that's to me after the cut, after the 25% deduction. My CRST deductions are $340 a week. That's my trailer rent, base plates, bobtail insurance, on and on and on. I had $1,349.63 in fuel. I had to pay $17 for a shower because the TA, one of them I went to, their system was down. Even though I had shower credits, I needed a shower, so I paid for it. So, did a truck wash. I don't know why it was this much, because usually I get this wash and it's around $89. That's the way the dude rang it up, but $103.80 for a truck and trailer wash. QuickBooks, $114. I guess that is our charge now. It has gone up $114 a month for the office lady to keep track of stuff. And I had miscellaneous of $123.73 on the credit card, different things I bought, shop supplies, parts, things like that. Leaving me a net of $2,744.04. Mileage stuff, and I don't go into great detail like I used to, but I had 1,827 loaded miles at 262. That's what it worked out to be, $2.62 a mile. My cost per mile is CRST all the way down to the miscellaneous credit card stuff. Give me $1.12 cost per mile with $1.50 a mile net. Dry van guys can't even get loads for $1.50 a mile gross. So I am still thankful. For you lease purchase guys, that's right. If you were to do exactly the same week as me, I figure you have about $1,200 more worth of deductions than I do with your lease payment, your renting, your securement equipment, paying into your escrow, things like that. And then I had about 300 empty miles that I didn't even write because, like I say, as long as it's 500 or less, I don't get too excited about it. But for you guys, they will charge you the mileage on that. Maybe not all of it, but you might get some of it, but I figure all of it. That can't be right. That comes up to 425.40 for 300 miles. Is that right? Let me go check that real quick. Hold on. Sorry about that. That's not just for the 300 empty. That's also the 1827. So all your mileage, loaded and empty, would have been about 425.40, leaving you a net of 1,118.64, give or take 200 to 300, because you're going to get a lot better fuel mileage and burn less fuel. So you're probably going to have $100 off of that, at least, maybe 200. Whether you spent $103 on a truck wash, doubtful. By the what I see on most of the lease purchase trucks, I don't think hardly any of you wash them. And I don't know if you'd be paying $115 in QuickBooks, but you might for your business. And then that miscellaneous stuff, I don't know if you'd be buying that either. But worst case scenario, you'd have made $1,118, but you probably would have been closer to $1,400, $1,500, I would suppose, with a better fuel mileage, and you might not have spent all the stuff I did. All right, guys, that is it. That's all I could think of. I don't know. Hope we turn the corner. The economy is just, the stock market is, I don't know when this winning and drill baby drill is going to start, but I hope it starts soon, because the diesel's going up. Everything's going up, except my mileage rate. That ain't going up. So that's above my pay grade and out of my wheelhouse. But something needs to give here, hopefully soon. I wouldn't say it's the market of '08, but it's dadgum close when you consider what everything cost. Trucks did not cost $200,000 in '08, I'll tell you that. So I am thankful to have old Ellie Mae, even though some days I want to light her on fire and walk away. At least I don't have that truck payment. I can't even fathom buying a truck, even at the flatbed rates, drive-in. If you had a big truck payment, you're just running around for free. It don't make no daggum sense to me, but hey, I'm just a poor boy in southeast Missouri trying to find my way in the world. So we're going to go and take the wife and kids out to dinner. I'm going to get some stuff at Home Depot to make some more jug lines for catfishing. I don't know why I'm telling you that, but that's what I'm going to do for the remainder of the afternoon, and then it is back to work tomorrow. All right, guys, have a great weekend. God bless you. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one. See you. Bye.